Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlickers, shills, debt slaves, serfs, peasants, meat sacks. And for today's special edition, prostitutes, pimps, whores, sluts, escorts, call girls, hookers, mac daddies, and elitist scumbags. Because today I want to talk about Dominique Strauss Kahn, and more important, the culture of sexual depravity. So Dominique Strauss Kahn used to be the head of the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and he was a potential candidate for the French presidency. Of course, all his aspirations went down in flames when he was accused of raping and beating a maid at an upscale hotel. So now we find Dominique Strauss Kahn is once again being investigated for gang rape, and this involves sex parties that were arranged by business acquaintances in Lille, France, Paris, France, and Washington, D.C. between 2010 and 2011. So here's Dominique Strauss Kahn, International Monetary Fund, real mover shaker up in the high echelons of society, and he has business friends that arrange sex parties and prostitutes for him. So that's kind of what my focal point is going to be here. Not Dominique Strauss Kahn, but the culture of depravity, the culture of sexual depravity that exists in the halls of money and power. People might look at Dominique Strauss Kahn and think he's the exception, but I would suggest that he is the rule. If you look across the globe at government bureaucrats and parliamentary members and presidents and premiers and bankers and hedge fund managers and Wall Street brokers and all of those types, prostitution just goes hand in hand with that culture. I mean, all you have to do is look at somebody like Elliot Spitzer and Dominique Strauss Kahn, or Berlesconi, the former leader of Italy, frolicking with dozens of underage prostitutes at a single time. And of course, in Italy, that's a badge of honor, not something to be shy about. And we can see examples of this kind of culture all over. Look at all our own politicians. How many members of Congress have been involved in prostitution and adultery and child molestation and drug usage? Look at people like John Edwards. Tries to pass himself off as Sonny Jim while he's cheating on his wife. We got somebody like Newt Gingrich, who's a serial adulterer. As long as he apologizes each time, people seem to forgive him for that. And of course, I mentioned Elliot Spitzer already, and we have any number of examples of this. Herman Cain using his position as CEO of corporations, sexually harassing his employees. The list just goes on and on and on. I think we've seen enough of this to realize that sexual depravity and power and money and the concentration of sociopaths in those echelons, this all goes hand in hand. So just like I've mentioned before, when you get in those levels of society and you're talking about that kind of power and that kind of money, I can guarantee you that assassination, murder, blackmail, extortion, every conceivable crime is going on daily, and it's perpetrated by that very top 1% or the top 10%, the elites, the handlers, the movers, the shakers. And when there's that much power and money involved, crime and murder and assassination, extortion, blackmail, that's peanuts. That's a small price to pay to protect the kind of power that they aspire to and want to hold on to. And likewise, we have a culture where, they are sociopaths. They're much into power. They're into dominance and submission. And they will have peculiar sexual tastes, and they will have the money and the power to exercise all their sexual proclivities. So I just want to make sure that people understand this, that these events like with Dominique Strauss Kahn and John Edwards and Elliot Spitzer, that's just a glimpse into a world where this is going on daily on a massive scale. That entire echelon of society is involved in sexual depravity, sex parties, prostitutes, call girls, and I'm sure it's a staggering amount of money involved. I don't have any figures. I'm sure no one does. They want to keep this all under wraps, but there's a reason why they have expensive penthouse apartments, and they have Lamborghinis and $500,000 cars and all the status symbols. Well, along with that goes supermodel prostitutes and call girls. and the exercise of all their sexual depravity. And I'm sure they hire prostitutes to play all kinds of dominance and submission games because they love power and they like to exercise it. And I think humiliating a prostitute would be right up their line. Don't you?